Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today, I changed my major. So I wanted to make a quick little video about this because a lot of people are confused as to like how the process is. I was confused at what the process is like, and if you're curious as to like why I did it, I wanted to mention that as well because it's a pretty big deal, and I think a lot of people are going to be relatively surprised about it. But if you really look deep into like who I am, I don't think you'll be very surprised. I don't have any notes in front of me or anything. I'm just talking to you guys personally about my thoughts about changing majors. So, for those of you who know me or watched my video on Corona College, which is also on the channel, so if you want to go take a look at that video, it is there. You would know that I double majored last semester in theater and media studies. So I did that, and I didn't hate it. Here's the thing: when you're in high school, you're only subjected to a few things, right? Like, I took music classes and thought, oh, this is the best thing in the world, I want to do this forever. So I went into theater, because I like theater, I did theater a lot, and I really enjoyed it. And while I still do enjoy doing theater, I don't think it's my career choice, because here's why. So I went into media studies kind of blind last semester. I didn't really know anything about it, I just did it because it looked interesting, and I was like, you know what? I don't want a single major, that's boring. I can't sit here doing nothing all the time. I like being busy, so I was excited that I was able to find something that, like, at least I'm relatively interested in. Then I started taking the classes, and the classes were insane. I loved them. I'm learning so much about, like, media. Like, right now, in these classes, I've got a media research class where I'm researching all types of media and all that stuff. And I've also got a media law book where I'm learning about the laws, like the First Amendment and all that kind of stuff and how that pertains to us now. I've got a textbook and a binder about motion pictures because, as you know, I mean, I love movies, and like this can combine all of that. And I started to realize that the more and more media studies classes I took, the less and less I really cared about the theater major. But I didn't want to just drop the theater major because then I would graduate in like a year, and I'm not ready to do that. So, I took matters in my own hands, and I took some time out of my day a few months ago, really, and just was researching different majors I could take. And I didn't find anything that I particularly cared about, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to stick with theater and move on. And then a few weeks ago, I started taking this semester, and I started taking stage makeup. And don't get me wrong, I'm interested in stage makeup. Like, I think it's a cool concept that you can, like, you know, draw and, like, shade all these things and make everything look really cool. But the issue with that for me was I didn't care enough about it to want to do it. Right? Like, that class felt like a chore. And the first couple classes that I took last semester were... The first one was theater appreciation, or intro to theater, which was basically just a short theater history class, and I didn't care for it at all. First of all, I knew most of the information because I studied it myself, and for two, the information that I didn't know was boring. And I knew that in my last couple semesters, I would have to take Theater History 1 and Theater History 2, which is basically just a redo of this, but even more in depth, and I knew I wasn't going to care. Then I started taking stage makeup, and I realized that I'm not interested in learning more about it, more so than I'm interested in just doing it, you know? Like, this is one of the cool things about liberal arts, particularly in theater, where, you know, I live in a community where I have a theater company down the street that I can go to and, like, you know, learn and act. Acting is really where it's at. I really enjoy it. I like directing, but directing is the last semester. I'm not going to be able to get into that until the last semester, and that's so long from now. So I just decided that, like, maybe I just keep this as a hobby. I'm still going to do it. I'm still a trustee at the Norwich Theater Company, and I'm running an artistic committee, which I apologize because we're supposed to have a meeting today, but I'm incredibly busy now that I'm going to be adding a class, which I'll get into that in a second. So I decided that whatever I did, I was going to drop the theater major. But I wanted to find a major that I could add, right? Because I don't want to just take one major. So I was looking into other majors, and I decided recently I've been doing a lot of talk about marketing, like in my own thoughts, because I'm interested in that kind of thing, and particularly in media communications and research methods. I learned a little bit about some advertising, such as, you know, even if you don't think that advertising affects you, it does, which is really interesting because even this, like, I started promoting this on TikTok and Facebook, and people have been coming and watching my videos more, and it's interesting that that's a thing, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go into marketing mainly because this. Media studies can help for YouTube, and so can the marketing major that I'm going to be picking up. Because I'm able to market myself, and not even that, but if YouTube doesn't work out, I can just go out and market for somebody else. This is working. I have a brand. I have an icon. When you see the Robert's Reviews logo at the beginning of every video, I'm training you to recognize that. It's insane. And like, it's not something I've thought about necessarily. It's just something that is automatic. When you watch a Mr. Beast video, at the end of the Mr. Beast video, every time, no fail, it has a big Mr. Beast sign and a Mr. Beast song. That is a brand. My intro music, thank you to my friends who let me use that music. When you hear that, like, you're gonna think that's the Roberts Reviews theme song, and that's branding, that's marketing. And I thought it'd be really cool if I took some classes into that. So I decided that I'm gonna drop my stage makeup class. I already did drop that, and I'm currently requesting to go into Intro to Statistics, which it doesn't sound very fun, but I need to get it done and over with so that next semester I can have more fun with actual business and marketing classes. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to go well, but we'll see. I'm still waiting for confirmation for that, which for those of you who are on the artistic committee, I apologize. That is why I can't meet tonight. I'm assuming within the next few hours I'm going to get... Oh, I thought that was it. That was actually just my buddy commenting on my post. I'm supposed to get an email soon, and I thought that was it too, but it's also not it. I'm waiting for an email saying that I'm in the class, and then I have to catch up on the 2 weeks that I've missed, which is a small price to pay. In terms of financial aid, it shouldn't change much. Most of my scholarships were merit-based, and based on the fact that I did music in high school. So because I did music in high school, I shouldn't lose anything because they were based on the fact that I did well in school. There might be a couple that are like kind of in the outs of like, oh, he was supposed to go for theater. I'm going to take that back now. That's possible. However, there is still the possibility I minor in theater. I only need like 3 more classes to minor in theater, and honestly, that might be something I do, but I'm not going to worry about it yet. Right now, my main concern is getting into the marketing major, getting through that, and figuring out exactly what to do with getting that done, right? And then in the last couple semesters, there's a good chance that I'm going to have some extra free time because if I take a lot of classes now, it'll be really good and we'll get somewhere, right? So then if by the last couple semesters, like, you're going to finish early, I'll be like, all right, I'll pick up some theater classes and then I can minor in theater. It's still a very likely possibility. But I'm just saying, in terms of what I want to do, I think marketing and business is where it's at. Also, for those of you who really know me, you probably know this. For those of you who don't really know me, you might not know this, but a secret passion of mine is I'd love to own my own movie theater. That has been a dream of mine for like ever. I think it'd be really fun. I want to own a movie theater like I have in town. We have a movie theater where we have movies in the bottom and live theater on top. That would be a dream for me to own something like that. And so I'm hoping that the theater will open up here in town soon. I'll get a job there and learn the ins and outs of that. I'd also like to get rid of the job I have now because I just genuinely don't really like it. I work at McDonald's, in case you guys don't know. I'm not saying it's an awful place to work. I'm just saying I don't particularly enjoy it. It's complicated, and I did enjoy it. I used to enjoy it. I've enjoyed it for a few years now, but I just feel like working in an environment that is more attuned to what I actually want to do would be helpful. So as soon as that opens back up, I will be applying there, and hopefully I'll get a job there. But until then, I'll just stick to school and working at McDonald's on the weekends and hanging out with my friends on Sundays. But YouTube's going really well. We're already up to like 77 subscribers. It's insane. We're almost at 100. So if you guys like the content I'm posting out and you guys are interested in more movie reviews and such, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a ton. We need to get to my... I have a plan for the end of 2021 that I want to get to before the end of 2021. We're almost there already, which means that we could surpass what I had originally wanted, which is insane to think about, and I would really, really be happy about it. So please consider subscribing and watching the videos. Watching the videos all the way through also very much helps. If you just click a video and don't watch any of it, it actually does negative help. So if you're going to click on the video, please consider watching all the way through. If you don't, I understand, but it would be a huge help. Again, marketing. But I'm really excited to start the marketing class. I don't know when I'll start it. I need to start it soon because right now I only have 12 credits, which is just not enough credits. So hopefully we'll start that soon. But that's going to do it for me right now. I got to go answer a couple emails, send out a couple more emails. And I'll upload this soon. So I'm filming this at noon. Hopefully it'll be out by like 1. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes to come out. But it's not a very long video. As always, for Robert's Thoughts, they are not edited. So there will not be intro music. There will not be the logo that you normally see at the beginning. Because these are not my typical Robert's reviews. These are just unedited thoughts that come right out of my brain. So I just figured I'd upload a video in case people were curious about why I changed the major and how I changed the major and all that stuff. So I decided I'd make a video about it. So as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.